Hey all, welcome to ShareTreck. This is Raj here. Hope you guys had a great weekend. We are looking at a little bit of volatile period ahead in my opinion, and I would definitely like to hear from you guys what you see at your end so that I can have a complete picture. I'm thinking that the next 2 days are going to be volatile until we get our interest rate. I think probably we'll be moving sideways, a lot of ups and downs during the day. And then after the interest rate, I think we have another event coming up. I'm going to talk about that, which had impacted the market badly last time. So let's wait for the disclaimer and then get started. Here are the headlines for today, and one thing that catches my eye is that stock futures are little changed as investors await major Fed decision. That's what makes me feel that we are going to be moving sideways, a little bit of profit taking, a little bit of purchasing, kind of positioning, just people trying to stay in the same range until the interest rate comes in. That's my feeling. And there is also another aspect that's happening, which is that the Chinese economy is not doing very well. So that's another factor to keep in mind. Next, I wanted to talk about something that happened last time, which could happen again this time and cause problems for the stock market. And that's going to be the interest rate by Bank of Japan. So as you can see here, our next important data release from United States is going to be on September 17th, which is the retail sales month over month. And then we have balance of trade, which could have an impact on exchange rates. And of course, after that, we have the Fed rate decision happening on the 18th of September. And we'll also get the Fed diagram of how the governors are looking at interest rate cut sequencing. And then, of course, we have a situation where Japan is going to have a slew of inflation data coming up. And on Friday, we are going to look at Bank of Japan interest rate decision happening. That is the 20th of September. So this is all happening within this week. And we have a Reuters news article says that hawkish BOJ policymaker calls for rates to raise by at least 1%. Now, this means that we had this situation very recently where the share market fell very sharply, and we didn't know why it was. It was speculated that is because of the carry trade unwinding, which means that people borrowed at low interest rate in Japan and invested in the United States and got high interest rates and high returns. And when Japan increased its interest rate, people had to pay back the money to their source in Japan so that their business case would still work. So I don't know how many of those kind of transactions are still in place, which may need unwinding if indeed Bank of Japan if indeed Bank of Japan raised its interest rates. So we need to be aware that that also is another aspect that could push the markets down. Next, let us look at the stock market heat map. I think most of the defensives are absolutely green. Consumer defensive is green, utility is green, basic metals, energy, these are all green. And money has been pushed into the stock market for a good part. There are some areas where a little more money could come in, but if you look at the 1 week performance out here, you will see that we are almost fully loaded and there is not much money in the consumer defensive and energy area. So probably some money could move out of other areas and go into consumer defensive and energy in case people start thinking that there could be the unwinding trade happening with regard to Japan. That's one reason that could be. And if there's a 50 basis point cut or any statement from the Federal Reserve, which gives an indication that instead of a soft landing, we are going to have a hard landing or recession, then probably money will move out of the stock market and maybe go into the bonds. I would be careful. When I don't know what's going to happen, I try to stay on the sidelines. That's what I'm planning to do today, except that I might end up taking profits on some FNGU position that I have in a few portfolios because it is XXX leveraged and I want to get out of the market for that. Apart from that, I don't plan to do anything more today. Let's look at Nasdaq futures first. Nasdaq futures is down 30%, 0.30% pre-market, and momentum is not that great, but MACD is still bullish. Minus 0.30% is not something that we can say will go away very quickly, but it's only 6:46 a.m. So far, and things might change between now and market open. Let's go on to QQQ, and if you look at QQQ, you will see that pre-market we are down minus 0.21%. Again, momentum is moderate, above average, reasonably healthy, and MACD is also bullish. So overall, it seems that there could be recovery, but this minus 20% pre-market seems a bit worrying. But again, we can't trust totally on pre-market. Things can change between now and the market open. Right now, it is 6:47 a.m. on the 16th of September. Anything could happen between now and market open. And in AI, we have Google, which is up plus 0.21%. I'm just going to recalibrate the chart so that you can see the whole picture. And then we have Tesla out here. Tesla is up 0.31% pre-market. Momentum is pretty decent. MACD is also pretty decent. Apple has got a reverse head and shoulder out here, in my opinion, and I'm looking at the momentum, which is flat, and MACD, which is still bearish and moving towards the signal line. But pre-market we are down 2.05%, so probably we may not completely form this head and shoulder. We'll see what happens. And Meta is down 0.07% pre-market. Momentum is flat and above average. MACD is just on top of the signal line. No clue what's going to happen next. Amazon is up plus 0.13%, and we have a healthy bullish MACD, and momentum is above average but flat. Microsoft is down 0.20% pre-market. AMD is down 0.10% pre-market. And with regard to Microsoft, I would say that we are pegging a double bottom price target of 451.46. We'll see whether we can achieve it or not. Everything in the indicator looks pretty good for Microsoft. Palantir is down 0.03%. We are blue skying this area. We don't know what is up ahead because we are at all-time highs. MACD is very bullish, but momentum and RSI are looking a bit suspect. We are overbought on the RSI, so some consolidation is required. FNG is down 0.70% pre-market, and we have Broadcom, which is down 0.95% pre-market. After so many straight leaps upward, there should be some profits taking and there should be some drops today. That's my fear. And then if you were to look at NVIDIA is down minus 0.93% today after 4 to 5 days of green candles. I think there is a bit of consolidation expected, but I am hoping that this diagonal line of support will prevent us from falling below 116.89 today. And then we look at Qualcomm, which is down 1.18%, and we have SMCI, which is down 1.13%. So basically the semiconductor section seems to be down pre-market, and we have FNGD, which is up 1.05%, and SMH, which is the ETF for semiconductor sector. It's looking negative pre-market. It's down minus 0.71%. MACD is bullish, but momentum is not that great. It's just above average. It needs to pick up. Let's start with genomics. Those who have PSCB must be rejoicing because you have had a good ride so far. Today pre-market we are up 1.66%. IMTX has got no trade pre-market. Bluebird Bio is up 0.02% pre-market, which is almost a fraction of a cent. And DNA is down 1.90% pre-market. Prime has got no trades pre-market. Allogene is flat pre-market. Iowa is up 0.29% pre-market, which accounts to 3 cents, and mRNA is up 0.53% pre-market, which is around 36 cents. Then we have Beam Therapeutics with no trades pre-market, Intelia with a gain of 43 cents or 1.95% pre-market. Intelia is going from strength to strength. Editas is up 1.27% pre-market. Altimmune is up 3.43% pre-market. Caribou Biosciences has no trade pre-market. CRISPR Therapeutics is going to do very well today. It's up plus 31 cents or 0.63% up, and MACD is looking bullish. Momentum is also up sharply above average. I'm looking at CRISPR Therapeutics challenging the 50-day exponential at 50.31, and that could be the next resistance for us. Then we have Bionanogenomics, which is got no trade pre-market. ARCG has got a deficit of 1% pre-market, not looking great. GRAIL is again up 1.42%, and our next resistance for GRAIL is going to be the 50-day exponential moving average at 14.37, and I hope it's able to break through because we are still below 50% on the momentum. We should be above 50% for us to be sure of this move. Let's see what happens when the market opens. MACD is almost ready to cross over the bullish side. Illumina is up 0.63% pre-market. It's up around 82 cents. Illumina is starting to look very good. It's got the support of all the exponential moving averages, and we are forming a few golden crosses. So I'm really happy about Illumina. I'm just waiting for the MACD to cross over the signal line and become bullish. Verve is down 0.55% pre-market. Well, friends, that brings me to an end of the session here, and I've just added one more picture out here to show my state of mind as we begin this week. I'd like to hear from you guys whether you agree with my analysis and if there is any other ideas that you have out there which I should consider. With that, my friends, I'd like to bring this video to an end. Thanks and have a great day, and bye for now.